Time.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Minute movies again.
Minute movies again.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So, we're gonna peek into the set of films with our what's our word this month, Sarah?
Peak.
Peek.
My curiosity has been piqued.
I know, right? We'll see what films we have in store. So there's 4 films.
4 films.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
From our regulars, Nosebomb the Thinker, is here in the house.
Yeah. So we've got, let's see that order. Peter, then Warner, Isaac, and Jeff. And no one's backstage.
And no one's backstage. So
Peter, here we go. Pete just popped in.
Peter, yay. Good old Peter. So Peter.
All right. Well, and for anyone who's just joining us for the very first time, saw a link to a live stream and wanted to see what is going on here, welcome to Minute Movies. Every month, people make films about a minute long, inspired by a single word. And as you might have guessed, this month the word is peak.
Yes.
We'll see. See what we've got going on. All right, Pete, I'm going to add you on in. Hello.
Hi there.
Hey.
Is everything working?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
I've been scrambling.
Yeah. Well, your scrambled worked.
Yeah, I'm scrambled all the time.
So you've had a pretty good run of films, right? Like, did you miss one recently? Like, you've been making them like the whole year, or
I missed. It's like February. I think.
Yeah.
Because I went down to that festival and.
Yeah.
I don't know. I missed 1 or 2 in there.
Okay.
And but I'm trying.
You're doing a good job.
Trying to be consistent.
Doing better than me.
my magic. Well, whatever. One of the swag bag things was this light for your phone.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't charge it, so it's dying.
Oh, a circle light for your phone. Yeah. Oh, kind of cool. For doing selfies or interviews.
But it's a rechargeable, and I didn't charge it, so it's dying. Anyway.
So I'm gonna be
So you're just blending into the darkness behind you.
I got one. I don't know if you've seen these on the internet, but I couldn't resist getting these lights.
Wow.
It's like this LED strip. Anyway, kind of cool.
How do the batteries last on that?
I don't know. I just got it. I just came home. It was in probably pretty good.
Yeah, because
lighting. Lighting for video is always kind of challenging, but cameras are getting better and better though. So natural lighting is more the
natural lighting's pretty cool. I mean, it's but
so
I mean some of these
your film.
Tell you about my film.
Yeah. What are we gonna see?
Ants.
Okay.
It was one of those things where I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do, and so I Googled like peak. And actually, no, I was thinking about peak performance.
Okay.
And so I Googled that, and I got this Oracle NetSuite inspirational talk thing. And then I thought, what would be sort of a pointless group of things to give this talk to? And we've got all these like red ants around here, and when it gets sunny and warm, they go crazy.
Get all agitated.
Yeah. And do the work without any need for inspirational words or anything. So so yeah, I just went out and used one camera that I have a good zoom on, and then I had another, my DSLR has a really good close-up
macro
100 millimeter lens, and it was in a spot that was a little difficult, and I shot a couple things and it was okay, but I went back and redid it because I didn't like how it was sort of going in and out of focus. And since it was sunny early in the week, I shot it early in the week and got it done early in the week, which I usually don't do.
So to put you in first place for first film submitted. Yay.
We're number one.
Well, shall we check it out?
Let's play it.
Cool. Let's see, where's my cursor?
What makes an Olympic champion so different from any other athlete? Is it genetics, hard work, great coaching? Arguably, you can cite all the above. There's also the element of peak performance, where champions are able to hone their mindset to achieve their full potential, a key differentiator in competition. The concept of peak performance isn't reserved solely for athletes, though. It's also a status coveted by companies as they work to stand out in an increasingly competitive environment. Business leaders know that achieving and maintaining peak performance within their organizations isn't just a nice to have, it's a necessity. Yet optimal performance is not inherent in some businesses and absent in others. Instead, peak performance requires careful planning, diligence, and a mindset of continuous improvement. TED Talk for ants.
So many ants.
So a lot of ants. Warner said, "Nice audio track."
Well, it was playing back weird here.
Was it?
Yeah, I was getting it. It wasn't all. It started off perfect, and then some of the I'd cranked up the reverb on it, so it sounded like I was talking in a big hall somewhere.
Yeah, It did, and then partway towards the end, it went to.
Well, at the end, I turned it off.
Okay.
Because that was sort of the important message that had to be hammered in without drifting into space. So.
Okay. It was effective. Yeah. All those. You could tell the ants were on it.
They were being inspired.
Excited. Yeah.
I had 2 copies of it, and I was out there just reading it to them. It's just like
okay.
Hoping to inspire them.
Yes. So.
Well, good job. I keep wondering if you're ever going to bring the Peeps back.
Yeah, I've actually got boxes and boxes of them that I haven't opened yet.
Okay.
And they keep making more for different holidays. I mean, it used to be just Easter, and now there's Halloween and Christmas and.
How about 4th of July?
I've never seen them for 4th of July, but
okay.
I don't know.
That could
beer and Peeps. I don't know if that would go together, or beer, hot dog, and Peeps,
and fireworks.
Yeah. Well, actually, they do put Peeps in like microwaves and blow them up. So
I know. I was curious.
That would be sort of a 4th of July kind of thing.
Just blow it up.
Really. although they are getting away from that now. It's more and more drone light shows and stuff. When I went back to my 50th reunion 2 years ago, one of the kids in my class, for some reason, his parents gave him a box of like dynamite every year.
Nice. Okay.
And like
every kid wants that.
It was in the Midwest, and like they'd use it like out in the fields to like clearing stumps and stuff.
Right.
So he was sort of the mad bomber of our class, and he was there at the reunion, and I had used his senior photo he was sitting on a trunk making this bomb out of fake dynamite and a clock and stuff. And I'd used that in their 50th yearbook. And he came up to me and said, I'm joined this group, and we make our own fireworks. And I go to these competitions, and it's all, judged on display, the color display and sound and everything. And he's still into it like 50 years later. It's just,
wow.
He's even gotten more so.
Wow. Chemistry.
Yes.
Explosive chemistry. Yeah.
Better living through 4th of July.
Through blowing shit up. Yeah.
Going back to your ant video, Jeff said the ant video looked really good. For a couple of years in the early 80s, I worked on corporate videos. The script brought up some memories.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it was directly out of Oracle, so
some PTSD, stuff.
Yes. Yeah, I figured I could get fair use rights out of it. I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
It might be a stretch.
I don't think anyone's going to come after you.
No.
Well, how old is it?
The talk or the words?
The words, yeah.
I don't know. There wasn't a date on it. I don't think there's a date on it. It's probably recent. I mean, probably within the last couple of years. I don't know.
Sarah might come after you. but nobody else will.
I was going to say if it was something like from the early 70s, that's, 50 years now. It's fair use, fair game.
I don't know. It was a pretty recent website. I'm sure the concepts remain the same. They just mix the words a little differently.
Yeah.
Anything to inspire.
Anything. Probably AI generated.
Corporate profit. Yeah, it might have totally been written by an AI generation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I spent Saturday night recording a punk rock group at one of the island venues.
Oh yeah.
So that was punk cover band. Jim Carroll band. Sex Pistols.
Okay.
Stuff. It was pretty good. another challenge. But and I'm resurrecting something that I shot back in 2008. I recorded a friend of mine who passed away a year and a half ago, and we've been talking about doing a memorial service for him. And I've had this. It was something that he wrote, a whole series of essays and poems and everything that he wrote back in '86 and '87. And I had been helping him. He wasn't, I wouldn't consider him homeless, but he kind of lived wild. He lived in a bus, and for a part of it, he built this sort of tent thing on borrowed land. He had permission to do it. But he had also been an anthropology professor at the UW back in the 60s and 70s, and was he was one of the first people to record didgeridoo music among the Aboriginal people in Australia back in the 60s. And he's got an album of recordings from back then.
Cool.
And it's just all kinds of weird stuff. And the essays and everything were kind of a collection of weird things. And so I'm going through now, and it was about 3.5 hours worth of recording. And it's kind of long to sit through. I mean, some of it's kind of esoteric and personal and stuff, and there's other stuff that's more interesting and stuff that would hold people's interest better. So I'm kind of whittling it down to maybe an hour and a half of things. And hopefully we can get that. I've talked to the movie theater, and they've recently, I don't know if you've been on the island in a while, but they've added this capability of being able to show movies on the outside of the theater.
Oh, wow.
They've got a daytime projector and daytime screen and stuff. And it's,
oh, really? Wow.
It's really pretty cool. And we were talking about doing it last year for Strawberry Festival, but I just couldn't get it together to do it. And so I'm kind of trying to focus in this year on getting it done in the next couple of weeks, so can be assured that it's ready to go. And then, yeah, hopefully Strawberry Festival mid-July. We'll maybe work out some kind of other memorial thing with some musicians and stuff. So that's
something you're working on.
One of the other things I'm working on now.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool. Well, it's fun to see your adventures in filming wildlife out on the range.
I really have been thinking about the peeps. I actually still have almost all of the ones that I've used. I sort of felt like bad about throwing them out and stuff.
I guess they just get stale. They don't really.
No. I mean, they take on sort of this personality after you've, put them in motion.
If anyone wasn't here at the beginning of Minute Movies, you can go back to some of the early playlists on the Minute Movies channel and see the Peeps videos.
One of the favorites, yeah.
But yeah, like I over the years I've also been when they come up, like I've said, seasonally at Thriftway, I'll go, oh, I need a box of ghosts and tombstones for Peeps. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but
gotta have them.
I've got them in the cabinet over there somewhere.
All right. Well, we're anxiously waiting for the next installment.
When are we going to get another?
Holding our breath.
When are we going to get another intro video?
Oh.
How about next month? You do
okay.
Peeps and I'll do an intro.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
cool.
One other speaking of Stephen. Bradford? Is it Bradford?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He mentioned that he showed Skater Dater to his high school film class.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that?
Sounds familiar, but I don't.
It was a skateboarding movie from like the late 60s.
Okay.
And it was shot in California, and it was these kids. It was sort of like they were a gang.
Yeah.
They had these really nice windbreaker jackets, and they were all sort of clean cut. They weren't like the Dogtown crazy skaters.
Z-Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
That was more of my scene.
Dogtown.
Yeah.
But this was before that.
Oh, okay.
And it was a short film.
They had clay wheels.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was before plastic stuff. But I actually found a copy of that online. You order a copy of it. And I think he said he showed it to his class through YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
But you might check it out.
Okay.
It's
inspired by the I don't even know where that is right now. The skateboard. I gotta grab it.
We won't know what's up next week or next month.
It's over there. Yeah.
You'll have to resort to a jar and some torn up pieces of paper.
So what's your word for this next month?
Oh, are we asking for suggestions?
What's my word?
No, just from Pete. Time's up.
I don't know.
No, that's a good word. No.
No. We've never used no before. That can be added to our.
It's another homonym or something.
It is. Yeah. All right.
All right. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Pete. Always good to see you.
I'll shut up now.
All right.
Catch you next time.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right, Warner,
Pete.
adding you in. Saw your comment here, echoing Peter on the intro video.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, what happened to the intro segments, guys?
I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll get into that.
I tried putting one together, and it just wasn't going to happen.
I hear that.
Content wasn't up to par. So.
All right.
Yes, part of the problem is I moved to the Midwest, and
there you go. So we're national now in that
What's
way.
the excuse there?
Well, we can't do it together, but other people do their videos all by themselves, so I guess that's not an excuse either.
Yeah.
All right. So what was the concept for next month's theme that you were saying a second ago?
We will find out. The concept is that I'll do an intro video if Peter does a Peeps film.
Okay. Okay. Got it. All right.
But anyway, the ants reminded me of Peeps because they're like low to the ground and, you know, the voice of God.
And they eat Peeps.
You know,
and,
they would eat. Yeah, you could combine ants and Peeps, and
the ants could carry away a peep potentially.
They would, yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyway, on to.
Excellent. Well, for what it's worth, I enjoy the skateboard dynamic. So.
Yeah.
Wheel. Yeah.
Could be included.
Oh.
Anyway, do you have
all right
an intro for your film?
Actually, it's kind of just a little bit more of behind the scenes. Last month's installment, we got to see kind of Jimmy out on the road traveling, and in this month, it's more just kind of a typical weekend. So that's kind of the framing of this edition. Okay. And Pete it was kind of on a whim in terms of how it came into the story, but I think it worked okay. So that's pretty much the intro.
Cool.
Cool. Should we
watch it?
Go, Jimmy.
Where did you film that?
Just over that hill. It's sliced slightly over and down in the middle. But the real peak of the week is a Costco mission. The critical part of any Costco mission is putting in the pizza request. You start that whilst you're on the retreat. Oh, geez. Ain't gonna be $10 for a piece of pizza anywhere. We're in and out about 45 minutes. The Mother's Day weekend crowd made it such that we really had to force through the crowds, but there were a lot of discounts, and we made it happen. I'm Jimmy Buchowski, off duty and reporting.
Sweet. Oh, can't hear.
Oh, you're muted still.
Can't hear you.
Oh, there we go.
There
we go.
So yeah, just a little bit of the face filters, a little bit of some behind the scenes. The golf course comes into play for Jimmy, and a Costco run. So
Costco run, yeah.
Costco on Mother's Day seems like a
little bit
brave decision.
All right.
We were ambitious, but for $11, you ain't gonna find a better priced pizza.
True. It's true.
And I wanted to show him kind of out on the road, but still kind of throw in that kind of documentarian style Jimmy story. So that way it's not just him always, reading the news, reading the teleprompter.
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
So he's a complicated fella, but he's going out and running errands and getting things done. So
Jeff said that the last bit when Jimmy wraps it up, seriously large laugh.
Thanks, my man. I appreciate that, especially from a broadcast and editorial guru. That's great. Yeah.
Too funny.
So, but yeah, the audio tracks were a little off, but kind of had a tight turnaround. But
those big stores, man, they're scary.
Gosh, the amount of people, just what it takes to, can you imagine just like the inventory and the management of a place like that? I mean, there was literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in that parking lot alone. But so I wasn't quite sure at first how I might use the footage, but I kind of, again, I used the theme getting out of the vehicle, and I thought I would document a little bit inside. And of course, it was fun to kind of play with hyping up the playback a little bit. And just like I said, just the logistics of a place like that was worthwhile for a Jimmy weekend story. So that's how we kind of rolled it.
Sweet.
So, oh yeah. So let's get her done. Thank you.
We got to peek inside the big box, huh?
Kinda. So
Take a peek behind the scenes.
a little bit. So, but getting some errands done here and there. Even celebrities like Jimmy have got to get out there and get the mundane done. So
he doesn't have people to do his Costco runs for him.
Not quite. He's very busy, but he made it happen. He wanted to share that with the audiences. So. The commoners, so. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens next month. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, do you have a word to add to our list for potential words for next month?
I don't know how I thought of this, but I do have one. Widget. I don't know if that's been used before, but widget. It's kind of random, but widget. Don't know how I came up with that. But you can check the data. Check it against the portal.
I'm pretty sure we haven't
it's
used
not been used before.
Okay.
I have a Google spreadsheet with all the words we've ever used, so I can quickly Control F, see if we've ever used it before. I also keep suggestions for next time on this spreadsheet, so if anyone makes a suggestion and it doesn't come up soon, know it's on the list, and it might come up at some point.
Yeah,
got it. For the archive, okay.
It's for the archive. Yeah. And it's always random. I don't know what. There's about 9 or 10 words on the spinning wheel, so you never know.
You never know.
Love it.
It's like a whole year's worth of words almost.
I know, right?
Yeah. Quite a collection.
Yep.
So we'll have to see one of y'all's do one again too. It's been a month or two.
It's been a while.
It has been.
Maybe Sarah, another Wisconsin mission, outdoors or something.
I'll do one. One. Another. Maybe I'll do one in town this time.
They call it the Illinois people. Pardon me? Oops.
Maybe I'll do one in town instead of out in the countryside, like
I
usually do.
them Illinois people, they call them Scotties up in Wisconsin, but anyway.
Scotties?
So,
Scotties.
yeah.
It's nicer than what we call Illinois people.
Yeah, that's always interesting, the dichotomy there between the Wisconsins and the Illinois folk. Yeah.
There's
Reminds me of
a rivalry.
Reminds me of Southern
sure.
Yeah. It reminds me of Northern California and Southern California. A little similar in some ways, that type of competition. So.
All right. So. Awesome. Well, thanks, Warner.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
See you next time.
Bye. Right. Signing off.
Jimmy. Cut him off.
Sometimes I start clicking and then people start talking and then it just timing. Well, sorry, Warner. Well, I don't see Isaac backstage.
Oh.
If you're here, either leave a comment or hop on in.
Keep Scenery. That's the band's name.
And let us know that you're around. Otherwise, we can just...
Went out last night and saw to the Sea Monster and saw Crack Sabbath with Skerrick lead saxophone. Pretty good. Yeah. Punk lounge, fusion rock, jazz kind of combo.
Fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, random share there. Yeah.
Random fun fact.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Isaac is able to make it tonight.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be there.
But
I haven't seen him in the comments, so I don't know. Should we just?
Yeah, let's just play his film. If he joins us before we get through the second round, we can always have him hop on and talk about it.
Sounds good.
Why don't we just play it, and then Jeff is up next, and he's already backstage.
Sweet.
All right, here we go.
Okay. A little peek.
Little peek.
Right on.
That was cool.
The old OG credits,
Yeah.
Sharpie on a piece of paper.
I liked it. I liked the simplicity that it had.
Yeah.
And Jeff's over here using OMG.
OMG.
All right. Well, if
Loved Skerrick's and Sad Happy. Huh? I don't know. I don't remember Sad Happy, but I've seen his Bandalabra and.
I'm gonna bring Jeff on so you guys can talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Since he's next, right?
If I got the mic on, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you're all good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Sad Happy was the band that he was in. back in the grunge days, 89, 90, 91, 92. Like
Okay.
Crack Sabbath, he had this huge rack of electronics that could make his sax sound like a freight train.
Yeah.
So no, I wish I could have seen him. It just didn't work out. I saw that, but yeah, I would have loved to have seen Xxxxx.
I know. I was talking to my girlfriend, and we were talking about Keith Lowe, the bassist, and then I said, "Oh yeah, there's this band that I saw him in Crack Sabbath, like I don't know, 10, 12 years ago."
I never saw Crack Sabbath, but
I jumped on the internet just to kind of see, what's going on, and then it turned out like they were playing the Sea Monster like that same that night. So it was like, we're gonna go tonight.
I'm jealous. I bought a Crack Sabbath CD a while back off his website, and we just got back from New Orleans, and the week before we were there, Xxxxx played with 6 different ensembles on the Jazz Week, which of course closed a week before we got there.
Wow.
This tells you how just incredible the guy is as a musician to be able to go down. I'm not going to speak from how much rehearsal or anything like that. I don't know anything, but still 6 different ensembles in 1 week.
Wow.
In that kind of festival setting is incredible. So
yeah, New Orleans. Yeah. I mean, you can't play anywhere in New Orleans without being solid.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So
yeah.
Anyway, we got our scare geekdom out of the way.
Yeah. Avant-garde sax. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And he plays in a band called True Love's Last Scare. Kind of a friend who grew up in Georgia. We saw him, and he said it was like a show band. Otis Redding, James Brown, Wilson Pickett. Their band would go on and play to warm up the audience a half hour before the headliner came on, and that's the kind of sound that the True Loves have. So that Southern soul with big horns and big guitar, and yeah, it's a wonderful thing. And there's no electronics at all. He just gets up there and blows the bari sax.
Yeah.
Anyway,
excellent.
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's Nosebomb doing?
He's doing good. I sort of thought about this and didn't really come to an idea of how I wanted to present the idea I had until like literally 4 days ago. I asked Mark to cut his little bit of dialogue, and so it's kind of interesting. I tried to, because I had short time, I really drew from things I've done in the past, like After Effects bits that I've done before. This is the first time I've had enough of an inventory to just be able to pull something instead of spending 4 or 5 hours trying to figure it out from scratch, kind of thing. So that was good to have that kind of library to start drawing from. That really sped up the process.
Nice.
Yeah, that's part of working with it and getting that inventory.
Yeah.
I was happy about that. And literally I did that all over this piece. And so that's the only way I was able to get it done in 40 hours, not 40 hours of editing, but a 40-hour block of time. So.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it turned out pretty nice.
Awesome.
Right on.
Well, shall we see it?
Roll it up.
Yeah, check it out.
Curious about what goes on in such a gloriously twisted little mind? Of course you are. Take a peek.
Board!
So is that the horror genre?
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, I debated about using the music at the end because it really does change the tone of the piece rather than just having it continue on the crowd in the clip I borrowed from Triumph of the Will. He's driving the golf cart down the procession way there. So I really wasn't sure. And what do you think would have been without that creepy music coming out at the end? Just the crowd, roll credits, and drop to black.
Well, I think it's effective. I mean, music always adds an element of emotion.
Yeah.
And so if that's kind of the gist of what you were going for, it's directs the it's directive how we trying to make us feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it made it feel more like a warning.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was hoping for, rather than just being kind of jarring, because it
Yeah. Like I feel like the music kind of made it a statement instead of just a.
Yeah, it sort of broke that fourth wall.
Yeah.
Just somebody's dreams, and as Tom Waits said, you're innocent when you dream. But that sort of took it back out. So yeah, I'm glad it worked that way and just wasn't kind of disruptive or distracting.
So Peter commented, I don't know what Albert Speer might have done for staging any MAGA madness.
I think he would have taken advantage of the technology and modern live production, and it would have been even more spectacle. Because whatever you say about the Nuremberg rallies and Triumph of the Will is they put on a hell of a show. And so I was just speaking about Albert Speer. He probably would have just incorporated modern technology, and he'd still put on a great show, as evil as it is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting to toss that together in a relatively short time.
Well, look good.
Yeah, thank you. There's a lot of decluttering to just getting rid of things that just were in the way and working inside that little circle inside the whole frame,
right?
Focused. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
My word. You were asking for words.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your word.
Ancient.
Sorry?
Ancient.
Ancient.
That's interesting.
Not used that one before.
It's already on the wheel.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, does that mean it goes on twice? It's worth a shot.
It's happened
Thanks a lot.
by accident.
Leave them laughing. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks, Jeff. See you next time.
Cool deal. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably time for us to make a film.
Probably.
Probably.
I won one a couple months ago, I think.
You did, yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I went to so I would have had a film. Okay, so my camera failed on me. My phone was all completely full. Anyway, so it was at a friend's party last night, and he burns as a bonfire, right? Bonfire thing. And then just for kicks, he burned a Christmas tree.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he took a Christmas tree, I don't know, about 6 or 7 foot tall tree, and pretty thick, you know, good diameter. Has a big pole that he kind of holds the top of it up with and puts it in the middle of the fire pit. And holy crap! Oh my God, it was freaking insane. It kind of started burning a little bit at first, and then within 3 seconds, it literally exploded. I mean, it blew up. There was a ball of flame.
Wow.
That went. The explosion was like, I don't know, maybe 15 foot high, and then the whole thing caught, and it was inferno, and probably like 25 foot flames, about 8 feet in diameter, going straight up. It was maybe not that wide.
Oh my God.
Maybe more like 5 feet in diameter. But it was freaking intense. And I was so bummed because I was just coming in from the house, and I saw them putting it on. I was like, pull my camera out. I start getting it going, and then I had filled my 260 gigs of data up on my phone. It stopped recording. Anyway, yeah, my peak experience from last night. Sorry, I had to explain. Is like, you know.
Sounds like you have some data management to take care of.
I do. Yeah, so anyway.
Would have been pretty epic though. But shall we watch
Yeah,
the peak
we should.
of Minute Movies?
Let's do that. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
Here we go.
What makes an Olympic champion so different from any other athlete? Is it genetics, hard work, great coaching? Arguably, you can cite all the above. There's also the element of peak performance, where champions are able to hone their mindset to achieve their full potential, a key differentiator in competition. The concept of peak performance isn't reserved solely for athletes, though. It's also a status coveted by companies as they work to stand out in an increasingly competitive environment. Business leaders know that achieving and maintaining peak performance within their organizations isn't just a nice to have, it's a necessity. Yet optimal performance is not inherent in some businesses and absent in others. Instead, peak performance requires careful planning, diligence, and a mindset of continuous improvement.
just over that hill. It slices slightly over and down in the middle. But the real peak of the week is a Costco mission. The critical part of any Costco mission is putting in the pizza request. You start that whilst you're on your retrieval. Oh, geez. Ain't gonna be $10 for a piece of pizza anywhere. We're in and out about 45 minutes. The Mother's Day weekend crowd made it such that we really had to push through the crowd, but there were a lot of discounts, and we made it happen. I'm Jimmy Kuchowski, off duty and reporting.
Curious about what goes on in such a gloriously twisted little mind? Of course you are. Take a peek.
Boy!
All right. And we're back.
We're back. I'm gonna peek at all those films. Was again, once again, pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was your favorite, or what was a peak moment for you in that set of films, Sarah?
I don't know. I mean, I liked bits of all of them, I'd say.
Yeah. When the ant reached to the top of the twig, or
peak cinema right there.
Or Jimmy's twisted face.
A $10 Costco pizza is really peak cuisine.
Yeah.
Language.
Yeah. So.
Right. Do you have the skateboard ready?
Skateboard's ready. Yeah.
Are we ready?
Speaking of punk could be a word.
Punk?
Yeah. We haven't used that.
Got a good number of words on this list here.
Okay. We do. Golf cart was an Adobe generative AI through Photoshop. I was able to change to fit the script. Huh. Interesting.
Wow.
Technical
AI
piece.
can do anything.
Yeah. Got to learn that AI. Got to learn to manipulate AI, or AI will. Well, it's already manipulating you. So, gotta.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I use AI today. Have an app on my phone where I can take a picture of a plant and it'll analyze the photo and then tell me what plant it is.
Well, yeah. Google's even better
Oh.
than that. You can use Google, and there's a photo thing on the next when you're in the search menu, and you can search on anything. Like any object, it'll find duplicates of it, pieces of antique.
I mean, I've had this app for longer than Google has had that feature, though. So,
yeah,
well,
that's cool.
Just saying.
I guess GPS is like AI, right? Finding
Is GPS AI?
Isn't it? Yeah, finding directions on the fly.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, not the technology GPS, but finding.
Yeah,
directions.
but the map directions.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So,
yeah, it's everywhere. Well, shall we find out?
Eyes everywhere. Yes. Free Ballard. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Oh, true. Boom. That was quick.
True.
That was quick. True. Speaking of AI, what is true? If we
what
only knew.
is true?
Yeah, if we only knew. We don't
true
know
or
what's
false.
True. Well, what I've heard said before, what is true is always true. It's not like true a little bit of the time, or was true and not true anymore. It's just what is true is always true.
Well, no, I think that statement's false because, when I was a kid, my favorite food was probably different than it is now.
But
it doesn't mean that it was a lie then.
But now is the only moment.
So if things change over time, then if it was not true back then.
Yeah.
True.
See, what you're talking about is only a distant memory, so it's not really real.
Why is
true
typing in true into my Google spreadsheet and it capitalized the whole word?
Oh, wow.
I don't know how to make it so it's not just all in caps.
Yeah, see, even Google knows. True is true.
No matter what cell I put it in, it's just all caps. True is true. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Capital true.
Capital true.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what you all find is the truth.
Is the truth
next month. June 16th.
June 16th. It's coming up sooner than you think.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. All right.
All right. See y'all then.
Thank you, everybody.
True peeps. Good night.
Good night.